Just waking up. It snowed overnight, and you know I will be going to play in it. Watching a little YouTube, some Casey Neistat have this video editing. This is what editing right now is what you saw yesterday. And yeah, so what you saw yesterday. So I'm still dressed in shorts, whatever, but I need to go to the gym. These past couple of days, I have been really tired, so I haven't really felt like doing much at all. You guys remember this video? Nope. With that being said, I feel good because I slept in today. I ate some really good food, but I'm probably gonna eat again because I'm gonna go to the gym in like a couple of minutes. We have a big day. It snowed yesterday, but most of the snow was melting. I had this really cool video to do about the snow, but the snow is melting. I mean, I'm still gonna try to do it, but if you don't see a snow video, you know why. It's melted too fast. Now, I love the snow. The only problem that I have with it is when it covers your car. Everything's covered. Boom, covered. Boom, covered. Boom, semi-covered. Problem solved.
Maybe if you play the video that's in that folder that says
Great workout. Is it me, or does it feel like I'm always getting gas? Like always. Wrong day to wear shorts. Going to treat myself to a movie. Got everything I need. Jacket, because it's freezing. Got my sandwich. Yeah, that's right, I got a sandwich. Take a sandwich with me. You got to get all the air out first. Then you just tuck it like this. Act normal. See, gotta act normal. All right, let's go. Time is now 7:26. The movie starts at 7:30. Where does time go? Where does time go? I swear it was just like 7 o'clock. Do we buy tickets here or right here?
We'll see, we'll be right here.
Okay, thank you. Gotta stand in line because I didn't get my tickets early. It's my fault. It's my fault. Hey, can I just have one for little things at 7:30?
All right, so with that one, I think we have like one more good seat. Let me check for you real quick. You're all good to go?
Thank you very much.
Lynn Peterson.
Thank
Right
you.
there.
You sit, just run to that door.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
After this, I will give a great review or a bad review, depending on how I feel about the movie. There is nobody in here. Nobody. I think I'm in the wrong theater. Totally in the wrong theater.
Where are you?
You sir? Just run through that door.
2 hours later.
Movie is over. I have my thoughts. All right. Let's get into this review because I got a lot to say. All right. I took down some notes just to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm gonna be reading off my handy dandy lap tizzle today. All right, let's jump into it. Let me give you the backstory. All right. So Deacon is played by Denzel Washington. Everybody knows Denzel. All right, so Denzel goes back to his old stomping grounds from when he used to be a younger detective. He just goes to pick up a little evidence. That's all he's there for. I'm just here to pick up some evidence and I'm gonna be on my way. When he gets there, some people are happy to see him, some people aren't so happy to see him. So it leads you to believe there's like this little, something's going on with old Zelly. Okay, something happened, but we don't know yet. Let's push on. So Denzel catches Rami Malek or Malik, I don't know, I think it's Malek. He catches Rami Malek's attention and gets tangled up into a murder case of a missing female jogger. Now Rami, see what I'm saying? Rami is like this young, clean-cut detective. He's the man in charge. He's the man of the hour. Now that he's pretty much replaced Denzel when Denzel left. So now that Denzel is tangled up into this case with Rami, Denzel does a little snooping. Okay, he's like, hey, I'm about to Scooby-Doo this mystery up. Okay, I'm gonna find out who killed this girl. Put me on the case. I'm here. So while he's snooping, he goes and he finds this little, I think it's like a repair shop or something like that, like a appliance repair shop for like refrigerators or whatever. So he finds that a couple people and Jared Leto is one of those people. While this is going on, Rami Malek goes to the family, like the mother and father of the missing jogger. He goes to them and he chops it up. So he gets very invested into this case. And then they tell him that if you find a red beret, like that's what she used to always tie up her hair with whenever she went jogging. So red beret, just keep that in the back of your noodle. All right, so as the movie progresses, Rami loses like some of his clean cut demeanor. And he goes along with one of Denzel's plans to illegally break into Jared Leto's apartment to look for evidence. So he does this so Rami calls Jared Leto. He's like, hey, I'm sorry that we had you in custody. I'm sorry that whatever. Meet me at the bar down the street so I can buy you a drink. So while Jared Leto goes out thinking he's about to go get him a Crown and Coke, maybe a couple Heinekens, Denzel hobbles his way over there, hops into the apartment, and then he starts snooping around, okay? Mind you, Rami never goes to the bar. He just sits in the car. He's like, hey, I'm gonna honk the horn twice if he comes back. This is my thing. Not to cut the story short, but this is my thing. Rami should have gone to the bar and kept Jared Leto like occupied for as long as possible to just let Denzel know. You know what I mean? Let Denzel just snoop all he wanted to because he knows that Jared Leto isn't coming back because you're with him, so you know. And if Jared Leto gets up to leave to go back home, just send Denzel a quick text message like, hey, he's on his way back. That's it. That way, Denzel only had like 5 measly minutes, man. Let's keep going. So while Denzel was inside with those 5 minutes, he like discovers this hidden box that's under the floorboard, and inside the box is like a bunch of random things. But Jared Leto like figures out that it's all a setup, so he calls the police. He's like, hey, somebody's breaking into my apartment, whatever. So then the police go back to his apartment, and then Denzel has to hurry up and leave because he's not supposed to be in there. He's breaking and entering right now. Breaking and entering. So Denzel is forced to leave, and he can't take the box that's under the floorboard. He can't take that because even if they do find evidence, you can't use that evidence in court because it was found illegally. It was procured illegally. Big word. All right, so Jared Leto plays cat and mouse with Denzel and Rami for like a good, I don't know, man, like 30 minutes of the movie. So they're like doing these things, trying to catch him, but then he outmaneuvers them, and then they get ahead, and then he gets ahead for like a little bit of the movie. Then one night, Rami and Denzel are staked outside of Jared Leto's apartment, right? Denzel's like, look, I'm getting sleepy. I'm about to go get me a coffee. Do you want something, Rami? Rami's like, you know what? Yeah, can you get me a coffee too? Denzel's like, bet. Denzel walks off into the moonlight, goes to the store, gets 2 coffees or whatever like that. Jared Leto comes outside and pretty much like startles Rami Malek. And he's like, look, I know you've been chasing me. If you really want these bodies, if you really want me to show you where these bodies are, or this body, this girl, hop in the car with me. You hop in the car with me, I'm gonna take you to where the bodies are. Boom. Take it or leave it. That's the deal. Rami, I don't like this part. This part is so stupid to me. Rami just gets in the car and then they take off. I'm like, why would you do that? Why? First of all, Denzel walked to the store, so it's not super far. He walked to the store. Why not just keep him occupied until Denzel came back, and then all of you guys go, all 3 of you guys go. Have Denzel in the back just in case Jared Leto gets a little froggy, wants to do something a little crazy. Denzel can put him in that headlock from the back seat, strong arm. Or, I don't know, how about you put him under arrest and then put him in the back of the car and make him tell you where the bodies are? Why would you get in the car with this potential murderer and you're by yourself? You have backup. Just wait 3 minutes, literally 3 minutes for the backup to come. And I say 3 minutes because as soon as Rami gets into the car to drive off with Jared Leto, while he's driving off, you can see Denzel walking back with the coffees. So then Denzel has to hurry up, throw the coffees on the ground, all dramatic, right? Hurry up, run to his squad car, and then he hops in, and then he follows them out to the desert. I tell you, boy. Let's proceed. Jared Leto drives Rami out to like this desert, because all this is taking place in California. So they drive out to this desert. He's like, all right, look, this is where it is, but if you want to find it, you got to dig these holes. It's like right over there. Just start digging right there. So Rami starts digging the holes. I'm like, why are you digging the holes? You have the gun, put the gun on him, make him dig the holes to figure out where the girl is. So Rami's digging this hole. So Jared Leto's like, oh, you know what? It's not right there. It's 5 feet over there. So Rami starts digging another one. He's like, uh-oh. It's not over here either. It's actually over there. All in all, he dug like 6 holes, man. He started digging 6 holes. Sidebar. I don't know if you've ever, dug a hole before. It ain't the easiest thing to do. Especially when it's like desert ground. It doesn't matter what kind of ground it is. It's not the easiest thing to do. While Rami's digging these holes, right? Jared Leto's talking out the side of his neck. He starts talking all saucy. He starts talking all spicy. Rami's so invested in this case, he sort of loses it. He turns around, smacks him in the face with the shovel. Boom, he's dead. Dead, right? Not like one of those scary movies, oh, I'm gonna pretend to be dead until you turn your back, then I'm gonna hop up and Freddy Krueger you. Nah, he's out, lights out. At this time, he slowly starts to freak out, and then Denzel's pulling up, right? Denzel's like, oh boy, you killed this man. Doesn't really freak out. Denzel's like, look, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna dig a hole, and you're gonna put him in it. I'm gonna be back in a couple hours. That's all he says. So Denzel leaves off to the moonlight. Rami's supposed to be digging this hole to put Jared Leto in, because they're in the middle of nowhere, so no one's ever gonna find them, ever. Denzel's telling him, look, he was a scumbag. Nobody's ever gonna miss him. Just dig the hole, put him in it. Boom. Denzel goes off. Denzel goes to Jared Leto's apartment, packs up everything in the apartment, puts it in the back of his vehicle, and then drives back to Rami Malek. While he's pulling up, because like now it's like morning, it's probably like 8 o'clock in the morning. While he's pulling up, Rami's just sitting there like a bump on a pickle, not even doing anything. Jared Leto's still on the desert ground. No holes it's not like he was digging a hole this whole time. He was just there, just chilling, thinking about life. I don't know what he was doing. So Denzel comes up, he just takes a shovel, digs the hole, takes him, I don't know, like a couple hours or something like that. Then he throws the body in there. He's like, look, like I said, he was a scumbag. Nobody's gonna miss him. Okay, he was an awful person. He's like, only me and you know about this. So I'm not gonna say anything. The only way this is ever gonna come back up, this is what he said. He said the only way that this man is gonna come back alive is if you talk about it and bring him alive. I thought that was a great line. That was a really good line. So he's like, as long as you shut up, because I'm gonna shut up, this man's gonna be dead forever. Nobody's ever gonna miss him. Nobody's gonna know what happened to him. That's it. Boom. He tells Rami to take some time off just to be with his family, and he said something like, don't try to be an angel. Don't try to be an angel. Meaning, don't try to, I guess, be a savior. It's okay if you don't solve every single case. Don't beat yourself up about it. Now, this is why, so then it finally comes out why Denzel like left his station, or like why some people were happy and some people were sad. When Denzel was a young detective, I guess he was like Rami, and he was trying to be an angel or like a superhero and try to save everybody. In the midst of like working this case, one night he was doing some investigative work in the forest. Some girl this was weird too, man. Some girl just comes out of nowhere and like scares him, and he accidentally shoots her. But this girl, I don't know, she just came out of nowhere, and she only had on like bra and underwears. It wasn't like somebody beat her up. It was just some random girl just walks from out of the forest. She doesn't make a sound. She's not saying like, hey, I'm here, can you help? She just walks out of the bushes. Honestly, I probably would have shot her too. I'm already scared. It's dark out here. It's only me and my partner. I got this little flashlight, and then this half-naked woman just appears out of the bushes like something from out of the Bible. Nah, man. She getting this bullet to the chest. After Denzel shot her, I don't know why he just didn't say it was an accident, because he would have gotten off from it. But him and his partner, and then the coroner, who he's still friends with now, like he has a little bit of interaction with the coroner, this female coroner, they all cover it up so that, and they're like, hey, the cause of death was a stabbing. I'm putting the cause of death as a stabbing. What? Now that I think about it, why would you, even if you put the stabbing, because she was stabbed too. So this stabbed woman doesn't say, and she was stabbed in the side. So this stabbed woman comes out of nowhere. She doesn't make a sound, she just comes out of nowhere. That's so dumb. If somebody stabs you, and do you know that police are there, wouldn't you come out and say like, hey, like help, or I'm coming out or something? So the coroner puts that this woman died because of like numerous stabs to the side, because she was stabbed. But I'm like, nobody's gonna notice that giant bullet hole, right? Because he shot her right here. Nobody's gonna notice that giant bullet hole right in the middle of her chest. Oh yeah, we see that bullet hole, but nah, it was the stabbings that got her. Yeah, okay. So fast forward, Rami is at home. He took some time off because he still doesn't know how to cope with everything. He's like sitting by the pool watching his girls play, and like his wife can't really get to him, and it's just like a really sad time. So and Denzel sends him an envelope, and inside the envelope, he opens up the envelope and he pulls it out, and there's a red bow inside of it. So Denzel, so the movie makes you believe that Denzel, like, he had the box because he had all of Jared Leto's things, and then he found that the red bow was in there, confirming that yeah, he was the killer, he killed the girl. Because Rami was still like, I don't know if this guy is weird and he's creepy and I don't like him, but I don't know if he's 100% the killer. So then when he opens it, he sees the red bow, he's like, oh, okay, this guy was the killer. I'm not a scumbag. I am a good cop. I can move on with my life. End of the story. That's a good ending, right? Well, hold your horses for a second. So it goes back to Denzel. Denzel's in his yard. He's burning, because he kind of like stays in the middle of nowhere. He's burning all of Jared Leto's things. He's burning, and then he goes and he grabs like this bag from a store, like a little, I don't know, a Walmart bag. And he opens it up, and there's like a pack of barrettes, like a pack of hair ties, and then all of them are there except like one that's red, because they have labels on it. Like a cherry red one is missing. So Denzel went and he bought those barrettes, and then he sent that red one to Rami just so to clear his conscience so that he can move on with his life. So we don't even know. So that's the end of the movie. We don't even know if Jared Leto was just trolling the cops and just trying to be funny, or if he really was the killer. We don't even know. We don't even know. Okay, so the acting was great. Of course, you have 3 Academy Award winning actors. Of course, the acting was great. The characters were really, 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 really good. I really liked Leto's character, Jared Leto, because he was just more interesting. All of the acting were great. They were all on the same level as acting. No one outshined the other one. But as far as like characters, who had the most interesting character? Jared Leto had the most interesting character. I think Denzel had the character with the most, I guess, history, most development. And then Rami's character, it was weird. Like, he started off as this clean cop, and then like in a week, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna help you break into this guy's house. That was weird. I don't know. I felt like there should have been like a little bit more coercion. Like, you know, Denzel would have to trick him a little bit more or push him a little bit more to commit this crime of breaking into this guy's house. That's just me. Just my opinion. That's just my opinion. The script and the writing. So this movie is like 2 hours and some change. It's very heavy on the dialogue, but a lot of the scenes could have been cut out. They just didn't really. I was like, what was the point of that scene? Like, that didn't have anything to do with the story. Like, some of these scenes. So every scene, if you're like acting, I learned this when I was in like acting school. They're like, every scene should push the story forward. Every scene in this movie or every piece of dialogue didn't push. Sometimes it was just there just to be there. Just so each actor can get some screen time, which is cool. I mean, if that's the thing, then it's cool, but I don't know, man. I don't really think it was necessary. So the best scene to me wasn't even, it was with Denzel. Denzel goes to see his ex-wife, and she's like remarried, and they're talking about the yard. To me, that was the best scene. That was the best scene of the entire movie. Like, the chemistry, oh man, it was only like a 3-minute scene. No, it's probably like 4 or 5 minutes. It was a really good scene. I mean, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably give this movie like, I don't know, man, like a 6, like a 5 or a 6. It wasn't that interesting. And then the interesting parts were like, there was this one scene where Denzel and Jared Leto, they were like on the highway. So they kept like circling around to catch one another, but they kept ending up on the opposite side. Does that make sense? So that was a really cool scene. I wish there were more scenes, more cat and mouse scenes because Jared Leto, so they brought Jared Leto into interrogation, and he's a big crime buff. So he loves like crime things and like murder mysteries and stuff like that. So he kind of like understood how like law enforcement worked and some of the tactics that they would do. So I wish that they would have showed how invested he was into the crime and like the things that he knew that they were gonna do. So he was like kind of one step ahead of them. I wish they would have shown, that would have been more interesting instead of all that dialogue. Just show more of that. But all in all, I give it a 6. I'll give it a 6, all in all. That concludes my 5 minutes of film. If you haven't done so already, like this video. Comment down below what you think, if you've seen it, or if you plan on seeing it. And hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you know when I post videos. But I post like daily, so just come back tomorrow. But I post daily, so just come back tomorrow. That's it, and I will see you on another one. Roll it twice. Dad. Yeah.